Hi guys, TJ here, and today we're going to be talking about Coco. I would say this film is a mixture of Beetlejuice, The Book of Life, and insert Pixar film here. So Coco is the newest animated feature-length film from Pixar. It's Pixar's 19th film. Per the usual, this is a very good animated film. So first I have to address the fact that they had like a 20-minute long Frozen film before this film. These people really made us watch 20 minutes of a snowman trying to figure out the true meaning of Christmas. Just give us Frozen 2 if that's what you want. This film centers on Miguel, a kid in Mexico who really wants to be a musical performer, but his family has a tradition of no music because they think that it's a curse because of something that happened in their family's past. And then suddenly Miguel accidentally ends up in the land of the dead, where he has to come to understand the true importance of family and what is important in life. So this film is stooped in Mexican culture. It just really is all in on the Mexican traditions, the Mexican cast, which I think is great that Pixar actually has a Latino cast performing in this film. They could have easily pulled like Aladdin, where they have characters of a certain ethnicity and that then the actual voice actors are just white people, you know, voicing it over. But it worked well here because especially a lot of the jokes and some of the lines are delivered in Spanish, and you could tell the line delivery was a lot more natural, which really helped with the humor and overall tone of the film itself. This is the step forward, at least I could say, in terms of inclusion of different ethnic minority stories in Hollywood and mainstream film. A lot of the times, you know, different ethnicities and nationalities don't get the spotlight. I'm glad that they showed the Mexican culture and heritage that is pivotal to the story of this film. This film is set around the Day of the Dead ceremony. It's a Mexican tradition in which people honor their ancestors and loved ones who have passed on. And wouldn't you know it, this film is almost entirely about the importance of family. So it's a great match, Day of the Dead and a family message, all good. And yes, of course, it's the newest Disney slash Pixar product, so the animation is the best I've ever seen. It's always like that. Like the world of the dead in this film is just filled with so much color and so much just like vibrance and light that it just looks amazing. And the character designs are unique enough so that even though a bunch of the characters are like skeletons in this film, you could clearly tell which characters are which, and that also has to do with the fact that the voice actors do a great job in bringing to life these many different characters in the film. They even have a few references to actual real-life people, which I thought was pretty funny. While the characters are interesting to watch, this film plays out like many Pixar films in the past, which you could take as a negative, but I mean, honestly, I don't think that that is necessarily a bad thing. I just say that it's not necessarily new ground, which is kind of disappointing for a film that is such a new experience in terms of the culture that it's portraying for us. We don't get to see cultures like this very often, so I kind of wish that the story maybe went in a, you know, more ambitious direction. I didn't think that it, you know, destroyed the story, but I definitely could tell what was taken from other films. And honestly, that one plot point about Miguel's family not allowing music was kind of strange and didn't really make that much sense to me. But as the film went on, I kind of came to understood how it fit into the story itself. It just seemed kind of odd at first that this family just bans music because of something that happened. Like, that didn't make much sense. But as the story goes on, it makes a lot more sense, and I wasn't really thinking about it. This film has consistent humor throughout, and it never really relies on any juvenile humor that you see in so many other animated films. That's what I really appreciate about most of Pixar's films. It definitely is unique in terms of the world and the culture that it portrays, and just the character dynamics are completely different than some of other Pixar's offerings, and I think that that alone is a reason to see this film. We don't get many portrayals of Mexican culture in film, at least in mainstream Hollywood we don't, and I think it's about time that we get these stories that don't get told that often, and these cultures that don't get, you know, portrayed in film that often on screen. This film's story delivery may not be the most original, but the characters and the world that it takes place in are just so vibrant and interesting that I would definitely say that you should go see Coco in theaters. Well, that's all I got today, guys. I hope you liked the video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you on the next one.